All right, so today we're going to be getting started on a MacBook Air that says it has liquid damage. Let's see what we have inside of here. This has nothing on the screen. All right, let's take the board out to see what's going on here. Why is this board specifically likely to benefit from ultrasonic? Good question. When you have a board that turns on but doesn't have a brain, the issue is usually something with like some kind of gunk. Like, let me show you what I mean. All right, so see this? Do you see how there's that kind of thin layer over here? See this stuff? Now that looks innocuous to you, but if something like that gets underneath the CPU, what it does is it stops the communication from working properly, and it'll cause the no-brain thing that you're seeing right now. Or like random stuff like this. Like this is not something that I would fix, but this is the type of thing that the cleaner is going to get rid of, you know what I mean? And if you look at it from a zoomed out position, it becomes more obvious. It's harder to see under the microscope, but you can see these random spots like that, like that, like that. That tells me that something like that is under the CPU. And if something like that is under the CPU, it's going to cause these types of issues. But I just want to look through before I put it in the cleaner to see if there's any hints, any areas that are above and beyond messed up. Now here we got something interesting. So the CPU has green under it. See that? See the green? So that means that corrosion got under my SMC. And the SMC, this chip, is going to communicate with the BIOS and other things. And this could stop us from having a proper booting event. So before I ultrasonic this board, I would want to give the SMC a reflow. First thing I got to do is get rid of this edge bonding before I can get this SMC off of the board. Not off of the board, I mean just before I can reflow it. Are you turning Apple Macs into PCs again? Yes, I am, sir. And thank you for the €2. Yeah. Give you an. Be sure to slide the chip across a row of balls and back to ensure they're even. Paul Daniels. I love you, but I respect you, Paul Daniels, but if you reflow before ultrasonic, could the corrosion end up in the joints? No. That's what the flux is for. Flux and heat. The entire point of flux is to get rid of any of the crap that's going to do that. So that's what that chemical that I'm adding is for. How much larger is your field of view through the microscope's oculars compared to what the camera sees? I can see 4 rows of resistors above the SMC that you're unable to see at all. I can see a crystal on the right that I can't see, that you can't see in the microscope camera. Aha! It's moving. Did you see that? We're just going to tap it. And we're not going to do what Paul Daniels did. Okay, now we're going to see if this computer has a brain. But I also want to check the quality of my balls. Those are some nice balls, wouldn't you say? Those are some nice solder balls. I mean, oh man. Is there anybody watching who likes the quality of my balls? Those balls are just, I just want to reach out and touch those balls right now. Those are some beautiful balls, man. Have you ever seen a set of balls that beautiful on YouTube or Twitch? I can't say that I ever have. Well, let's zoom in a little bit more. I want to see those balls. I want to see those balls. Oh, yeah. Close up. Close up. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Mwah. All right. Now let's see what we get when I plug it in. See if it has a brain now. PP3V3 SOSW LCD. That's supposed to be on pins 18 and 19. Let's see if my screen is getting the 3.3 volts it needs to turn on. So where are we going to find that? Pins 18, 19. Oh boy, I'm yawning. We're going to turn on Paul Daniels' amazing multimeter software. You should check out pldaniels.com if you need any repair on any Apple product in Australia. Paul Daniels offers amazing mail-in service. And you can also check out his channel on YouTube where he does repairs, programming, also modifying stuff, building stuff, all sorts of cool things. All right, so we do get 3.3 volts on the LCD, and it is making its way to the LCD connector. So it recognizes the screen. But if we look for backlight voltage, we're getting 8.5 volts. So we're ahead of where we were before, because before we didn't have screen activation or image. So the reflowing of the SMC got us somewhere. But now we need to figure out why it is that we're not getting any screen backlight. So this is the backlight circuit, and it doesn't look very nice. There is corrosion on it. But that backlight circuit being, this is not corrosion that's going to cause that type of damage. And I know that the fuse is good because on backlight output over here, I'm getting 8.5 volts. If the fuse was blown, I would be getting 0 volts or 0.001 or something like that. So this is opening. All the stuff for the backlight circuit is opening, and we're going to look that up here. In order for me to have the voltage that I do on output over here, I know that the fuse works. I know this transistor is working. I know this stuff is working, and I know that there's no blown coil, no blown diode. All that stuff is likely good. When we don't have a backlight at output, when it's not boosting, our issues are usually a lack of backlight enable. The most common one is the feedback trace being blown, and Paul Daniels is familiar with this one, or the LED driver itself is bad. So let's find U7701. Now, this is the LED driver, and as you can see, it's pooped itself. It looks very much like what I did this morning after going to the gym with my personal trainer. I'm not made for the circuit training. Look at this. So this is the normal color of the board, and this is, you can see that there's this blackened area right around the chip, this grayish blackened area. And that is garbage. That's all garbage. So that chip is going to look like crap under it. And the ball that's going to be the most damaged, as always, if you're a regular in the channel, you know that it's going to be the feedback ball. There's supposed to be 5 balls down there, and instead of 5 balls, you have 4 balls in one pile of crap. See that on the right side? That's a pile of garbage. And if we look back to the board view software in the schematic, you'll see that this ball over here is PPV SW LCD Bicklet feedback, and that's number 5. So that's going to go between output of the circuit and here. Now, let's say you're driving a car. You need to be able to see where you're driving. If somebody were to put their hands in front of your eyes, if something were to land on your windshield and block your view, you would immediately stop the car and hit the brakes. You wouldn't want to keep going if you can't see where you're going, which is why that the backlight circuit will stop boosting and go back to 8 volts if the feedback ball is blown or the feedback line is blown. So we solved problem number 1. Let's see if we can solve problem number 2. It's going to put a little bit of flux there. Just a teeny tiny bit of flux. Turn on my fume extractor because we value our health here. Health is very important. Don't breathe in any of this garbage. Is the bad ball the primary problem, or did something else lead to it? No, that was liquid damage that led to it. It's going to look pretty ugly under here when I remove the chip. So, ready? Because it's just about to come off. Yeah, you can see that the solder balls are all uneven. It looks terrible under there. Miroslav says, I don't understand jack shit, but hell, that looks terrible. And that's the thing about this when you're starting. You don't have to understand anything to know that what you're looking at is garbage. And you don't have to understand how a DC to DC boost circuit works to go, I'm going to replace the thing that looks bad. And that's how you get started. And there's nothing wrong with that. The way that you get started is by saying, this doesn't look the way it's supposed to. Let me make it look the way it's supposed to. And once you make it look the way it's supposed to look, oftentimes it'll work. And you can then go backwards after you've gotten that little dopamine hit of, I solved a problem. I made money. I made somebody happy. I made something work again. Once you get that little dopamine hit, because you were able to solve the problem based on just what looked messed up, then you can go back after you've gotten that little increase in brain power from the dopamine hit and go, all right, What the hell is a DC to DC boost circuit? That's the fun of this, and that's what I hope that all you get into when you watch these videos and you get stuff to work on and you learn and you feel better, and just a beautiful thing. So, we're going to clean that area up a little bit. This goo is called flux, and what it does is it helps solder flow. Okay, we're going to clean up that area a little bit. I want the silvery metal stuff to flow onto my iron and to flow onto the pads, and it's easier to make that happen using flux. All right. By the way, you want the BGA to move around a little bit. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. What magnet do you use on your screwdriver? I just buy these earth magnets from... I buy earth magnets from Amazon, whatever's cheap and prime at the time. I have a bunch of different ones, so they're not standardized at all. And thank you for the tube. All right, let's see what our feedback ball looks like now. All right. I give up. All right. I tried. Okay. Chip is on. Those are the balls. The white balance on those balls seems off. They seem a little bit orange for my taste. My taste in balls requires that they be more silver. Oh, yeah. I thought you were going to ultrasonic it. Meh. I got CPU engagement by reflowing the SMC. And I wanted to do that because I didn't want any one of the balls that may have been messed up to flow away under the SMC. And it works. First, it was not creating any image. It wasn't even activating the screen. That was because there was corrosion under the SMC, which was likely causing communication between the BIOS and the CPU, or the BIOS and the SMC, to not function properly, so we didn't get through the boot sequence. After giving that a little bit of a light reflow, we got image, but we didn't have a backlight because The feedback the feedback ball under the LED driver was completely blown up and destroyed, so we just clean that up a little bit. We're going to ultrasonic this and move on to the next board. This video is brought to you by our sponsors at store.rossmangroup.com. Thank you for supporting our sponsors that help keep us in business. On store.rossmangroup.com, you can find chips, supplies, ultrasonics, flux, soldering stations, and more. With 4.9 stars on Shopper Approved, same-day shipping from New York City, and free continental shipping over $30, you can't lose. We even offer free support, unless you're a Please Bro, live chat, and are adding new products every day. We even got rid of our old terrible merchant services provider that used to decline random transactions for no reason. If you buy today, we'll throw in a special offer that your order will actually go through properly. What are you waiting for? Go to store.rossmangroup.com to get yourself some authentic Amtech flux. Don't delay. Buy today.